So ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move into fight number 10, and proudly brought to you by the Coolum Beach Resort. It will be an amateur featherweight contest contested over 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, out of the red corner, Caleb Miller.
Here we go, fight number 10 of the evening. Caleb Miller fighting out of the base training centre under another old colleague of yours, Damien Brown.
Yeah. Let me get this working. Damien Brown has just opened his own training centre, north side of Brisbane. It's called Base Training Centre, and it's something that we've been talking about for years that he's really wanted to do, and he's finally been in the right place in his life where he was able to successfully open this training centre, and it's for all return of servicemen as well as just local individuals who are keen to partake in martial arts.
That's fantastic. 10 days notice for Caleb Miller in this one, so only 19 years of age, admittedly has limited mixed martial arts experience currently, although has had some kickboxing and Muay Thai experience in the past as well, but is entering on 10 days, step up, hoping for a slugfest. We spoke to him earlier today, wants to get in there and mix it up.
Yeah, 10 days notice for his MMA debut, but I mean, if you look at his corner,
his opponent out of the blue corner,
you've got some very
Walsh.
experienced fighters there. You got 3 champs in that corner.
That's a very, very good corner. His opponent, Jayden Walsh, on his way to the Coastal Combat Cage. Ignite martial arts trained, 2-0 MMA record so far. 2 split decision victories, so be looking to substantiate a more clear-cut victory this evening. Very crafty on his feet, very unorthodox fighter, very hard to calculate how he's going to approach it. So again, fighting an inexperienced guy like Caleb, this should be to the advantage of Jayden this one. Having said that though, the two opponents that he was meant to fight have both pulled out. So what does it do to your preparation when you start planning for someone, they go, plan for someone else, they go, and then get a third guy in front of you?
I think you just get excited that you finally get a matchup.
Okay.
I think you just got to appreciate the fact that part of the fight game, this fighter's pulling out for whatever reason, whether it's an injury or, they just honestly realize they don't want to fight.
Yep.
At this amateur level, you just got to be appreciative of the fact that someone's willing to step up.
Yep.
And don't take too much consideration, because if you sit there and go, well, who would take a fight on 10 days notice? It gets in your head a little bit.
So ladies and gentlemen, fight number 10 is brought to you by the Coolum Beach Resort. It will be contested in the amateur featherweight division over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 65.2 kilos and trains out of Base Training Centre. Tonight he makes his MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Caleb Miller. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 64.6 kilos and trains out of Ignite Martial Arts, holding an undefeated amateur record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jayden Walsh. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Phil Cassidy.
It's interesting, though, that Caleb in his corner has Damien Brown, Aaron Blackie, and Stuart Nicol. All 3 are champions in their own right. All have championship belts.
Well, here we go, boys. Interesting note here. Caleb Miller taking this fight on about 10 days' notice. So making his debut in the cage on very short terms.
Good head movement by Caleb early. Throwing the kicks out there, trying to instill that jab early on.
So So Jayden Walsh, very tricky on the feet. I've actually sparred him a few times, and the angles that he hits from are very unorthodox, as we can see there.
That left came from pelvis, yeah, that was that had some fire on it. I like the jab though with Caleb early on, keeping the left right in his face.
So both boys looking pretty slick here on the feet for the opening portion of this one. Exchanging a couple of jabs here. Jayden Walsh, of course, a very special relationship with his head coach, Ryan Dunstan. Oh, the wheel kick attempt there from Walshy.
Lovely body kick from Caleb.
He looks very composed for a debutant fighter at 19 years of age, particularly when you're getting all these unorthodox strikes coming your way as well.
Setting up those leg kicks really well. You know, they might take effect if this fight starts to go into that second and third round.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll see a couple of punches come behind it as well. Caught it again. Oh, and the big left hand.
Lovely.
So nice counter punching on display there from Caleb Miller.
Another solid leg kick.
Really digging the shin in, isn't he?
And one thing that you do see in Jayden Walsh's fights is a lot of footwork. So maybe that's part of the game plan coming into this one. The team from base would be well versed on exactly what Walshy brings to the table.
Yeah, keep kicking those legs, going to cut the footwork out real quick.
Exactly.
Again, goes to the legs.
So into the final minute here of the first round.
Oh,
Some
lovely
big shots.
3-4 combos landed from Caleb. Straight back to the leg again.
Caught it.
Oh, did a lovely job keeping his balance and then turning off that cage.
So an impressive opening round here for Caleb Miller's MMA career. Quick glance at the clock, it looked like there from Caleb.
It did, for sure.
Just checking himself out on the big screen.
Good leg kicks again.
So 10 seconds to go here in the first round. Oh, big leg kick again.
Good exchange at the end too. Good left and right by Caleb on the way out. That's a massive first round in your very first mixed martial arts fight.
Jayden's loving it. This is the kind of fight that he lives for.
So I'm sure you mentioned on the walkouts, boys, star-studded corners on both ends.
Yes.
Aaron Blackie and Damian Brown going to work there on Caleb Miller. And looks like Ryan Dunstan and Mr. Ben Wall going to work there with Jayden Walsh. So the Dunstan Death Squad. That's the hashtag that they're using for these boys, these pack of savages that Ryan Dunstan's bringing through Ignite Martial Arts, and I love it.
I like it indeed. As we said, Josh was saying that he puts Ryan Dunstan as probably one of the top 3 coaches in Australia, and I'd have to agree. He's definitely up there with some of the best coaches that Australia has to offer.
Could not agree more, fellas. I actually had a really interesting chat I love talking to Ryan because he's always got these crazy little ideas about fighting, and one thing that he touched on recently when I was speaking to him was about that he always makes sure how slippery the canvas is before his fighters fight because it changes the game plan. That is how particular Mr. Dunstan is about what he tells these young men.
So it makes him so good.
So back in we go here for round number 2. Fun opening round to this one. Caleb Miller with some big leg kicks and some nice hands, but Jayden Walsh.
It's been all standing from these two gentlemen.
Yeah, a couple of caught leg kicks, but no one finishing off any takedown.
Oh, big overhands.
Jayden's got to be very careful with those open hands that he doesn't get no fingers in those eyes as he moves forward.
Oh!
Superman off the cage and
the
return.
receipt as well.
Love it.
Inside leg. Oh. Now that stings.
Yeah, a lot of those big leg kicks, but to Jayden Walsh's credit, still looking pretty loose on the feet. Nice little high kick, slaps the face there of Caleb
So
Miller.
unorthodox though, so unorthodox.
Yeah, he is an absolute nightmare to spar, gentlemen.
I can see why, yeah. Good leg kick again.
Very entertaining fight.
Oh!
Big right
Lovely
hand.
strike.
Knocked the mouth guard
That's
clean
straight
out of
out.
his mush. Oh, spinning back fist.
So halfway through the second round now, a minute and a half left on the clock. Jayden Walsh now with a low kick of his own.
That one kind of looked to make Caleb a little bit unsteady when he put that foot back down.
Oh, beautiful
lovely.
question mark kick.
He looks a little bit unsteady on his feet.
Faked low and went high did Caleb Miller. Jayden
And
Walsh
the left.
coming after him. Some slapping hooks there from Jayden Walsh against the fence.
Another stiff jab from Caleb.
Both boys absolutely loving it under the bright lights here at Coastal Combat 6. Hard to believe this is Caleb Miller's debut, but it is, and took it on 10 days' notice, like we've mentioned a couple of times. The double jab cross sticks there for Walshy.
Got to keep those hands up, Caleb, though.
So 30 seconds now to go in the second round. This
Oh, the uppercut.
Both boys swung for the fences on that one.
So neither connecting, but some big shots fired off on both sides.
I like the lead right by Caleb. He's using it really, really well.
Do you know what I'd like to see him lead with that straight right and then go back low for those legs again.
Big Gokhan Saki.
Yeah.
Good knees too. Big round again for Caleb Miller. Super impressive debut thus far.
So one thing that always comes into question, gentlemen, when there is someone taking a fight on late notice, you've always got to ask the question, what sort of condition they were in when they took that phone call?
Very true.
So Caleb Miller on 10 days' notice, showing no signs of slowing down up until this point. Still one round left in the books, but opting not to use the stool in the corner, which is always a good sign.
Or a diversion tactic, one of the two.
Trying to get into the head of his opponent.
Spot
but
on.
Well, he's convinced me, gentlemen.
Deep waters though, first fight of your career. Unique opponent that can literally throw a strike from any angle you can think of. Long time to go for Caleb in this one still.
I think both boys are enjoying themselves great.
It's a fun fight, yeah, you said it a few times. It's actually an exciting fight.
So, of course, worth noting too, Aaron Blackie in the corner there for Caleb Miller. Actually headlined Coastal Combat 3, I believe it was. Got a first round submission over one of Jayden's teammates, Callum Lewis. And Phil Cassidy claps us in for the third and final time in this one.
Straight away again, Caleb left, right, good combinations. Well, they're letting go early here too.
I think Ryan's come out and told him that he needs to finish it this round, otherwise I think he might be losing.
Yep. Far more active early on. Good leg kick on the way out.
So that low calf kick being a weapon that we've seen Jayden Walsh hit a few times. Nice little fake there as he hits the 1-2. So good start at this third and final round for Jayden Walsh. 2 minutes on the clock, and it could be down on the scorecards like you mentioned there, fellas. So more than likely his corner screaming for that finish.
Jayden's definitely been told he's got to lift the output here and ensure that he tries to find a way to put young Caleb away to ensure the victory.
So maybe we are starting to see that cardio leave Caleb Miller a little bit.
Oh, good slip down to the left hook.
It'd be interesting because I think Jayden's starting to fade as well, so it'd be interesting to see who can hold on for the longest. There's a minute and a half left of this round, which has been all stand-up.
Yeah, we've been essentially treated to a kickboxing match here in this one, gents.
Oh, rushed in, got caught. Got to maintain his composure now, Caleb. He's got a minute to go.
Oh, nice switch knee.
So inside the final minute here in this last round, sticking the jab there, Caleb Miller. Leading with that, like you mentioned.
Lovely left hook.
And a counter hook on the exit. Jayden Walsh returns fire with a cross. So 30 seconds to go, and the crowd getting behind the local here, Jayden Walsh.
Good body shot by Caleb.
I think Jayden's starting to slow down. He's feeling a little bit more fatigued. I think those body shots and those leg kicks are definitely starting to...
Oh, it's been a high-paced fight as well. Lots of strikes.
Caleb Miller appearing to get his second wind here late in the third.
10 seconds to go. Oh,
Beautiful Superman punch.
Hey, good fight, lads.
Great fight.
Very good fight.
Start to finish, non-stop action.
Good third round for Jayden, you'd think. Definitely more strikes than that. Bit more diverse. Used some overhands as well. But I sort of felt Caleb controlled the first 2 rounds in that one.
I definitely have to agree with you. I think Caleb definitely edged him out in those first 2 rounds, and even maybe that third round.
The jab from Caleb was excellent. Used the straight right, used the front kick very well, but most importantly and the most damaging for me were those leg kicks. He must have thrown at least 20 or 30 leg kicks, deep shin into the quads of his opponent. And I think you're right, Anton, by the end of that fight, it did slow Jayden down.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't moving the same way in that third round as he was in the first and the start of that second round.
It is in the judges' score hands, however, and momentarily we'll find out whether Caleb has won on debut or whether Jayden's done enough to secure himself a victory in what is up there with fight of the night for me so far.
You know what impresses me the most is the matchmaking that Joel's done.
Absolutely.
Has been pretty much spot on all night. I can't say that any fight so far has been mismatched, and you can tell by the number of decisions that we keep going to that these fighters are well matched, and it comes down to the judge's decision, and God, they've been put through the ringer tonight.
Tough job being a judge, that's for sure.
So big shout out to Joel Sapasvari for doing some great matchmaking on tonight's show.
So ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored about 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Jayden Walsh. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our winner, Jayden Walsh, getting the victory there by 29-28, unanimous decision. Pretty back and forth fight there. Caleb Miller impressed us on 10 days notice. Talk to us a little bit about this fight, Cam. I think you cycled through 3 opponents before we got here tonight.
For the fight, Cam, I basically had a couple of pull-outs, so it was a bit in between versus someone southpaw and orthodox. But anyway, he's the toughest person I've versed yet. He stepped up on the 2 weeks' notice. He's one tough gun. That was a fucking awesome fight.
It was a fun fight from our perspective as well. One thing that we always bring up when we watch you fight, Jayden, is your unorthodox angles which you throw your punches from. Talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Ryan Dunstan, your head coach, and how he's developed your game over the years.
I met Ryan back when I was a little fat kid in high school. And basically, from there, he's just been nothing but a father figure to me. I couldn't ask for a better person in my life.